Why does every religion, no matter how small, how ancient, or how modern, seem convinced that it alone holds the full truth? That it alone has access to the ultimate divine revelation? That all other religions are either wrong, misguided, or corrupted versions of what they claim to be? It's a pattern so universal that we have to ask, is there something deeply human going on here? Is it truly about truth, or something else entirely? Let's start with the basic observation. There are thousands of religions in the world, past and present. From the dominant world religions like Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism, to smaller ones like Zoroastrianism, Sikhism, Baha'i, and even ancient forgotten religions like the Norse pantheon, Egyptian beliefs, and countless tribal spiritual systems that flourished long before writing even existed. And each of them, during its time and within its culture, was believed to be the ultimate truth by its followers. Even today, a devout Christian believes that Jesus is the only path to salvation. A faithful Muslim believes that Muhammad is the final prophet. A convinced Hindu may see the Vedas as the ultimate spiritual source. And so on. Each claims the truth. Each considers others to be at best incomplete, and at worst dangerous lies. Why? The answer starts with a very human instinct: identity and belonging. Religion doesn't just provide a belief system. It gives people a community, a story, a meaning. It tells them who they are, where they came from, and what their future holds. These narratives aren't just comforting, they're defining. They shape not only how people live, but how they interpret everything, from personal struggles to world events. And because these belief systems are often inherited from birth, taught from childhood, and reinforced through rituals, stories, songs, symbols, and community traditions, they become embedded into the deepest layers of human psychology. To question the religion is often to question one's own identity, family, and entire worldview. Now, if you're raised from birth to believe that your religion is the truth, backed by sacred texts, centuries of tradition, and a divine creator, then it becomes incredibly easy to see all other religions as false. The mere existence of competing claims doesn't create doubt. It creates reinforcement. If others disagree, the logic goes, that just proves how lost the world is. We must hold on to the truth even tighter. This isn't just an emotional stance. It's often baked directly into the doctrines. Take Christianity. In the Gospel of John, Jesus is quoted as saying, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." That doesn't leave much room for pluralism. Islam, too, teaches that the Quran is the final revelation, and Muhammad the seal of the prophets, implying all earlier religions were either incomplete or corrupted. The Hebrew Bible speaks of Israel as God's chosen people. Hindu texts present a cosmic order revealed through ancient Sanskrit scriptures. The pattern is consistent. In every religion, there's an internal logic. Our God gave us the truth. Others may have fragments, but we have the whole picture. This belief is what philosophers call exclusivism. The idea that only one religious path is true and all others are fundamentally wrong. It's opposed by pluralism, the idea that many paths might hold truths. But here's the problem. Almost no major religion is actually pluralistic at its core. They all make exclusive truth claims. Imagine for a moment that you're born into a devout Catholic family in Italy. From birth, you hear about Jesus, the Bible, the saints, and the church. You attend Mass. You're told stories about heaven, hell, and miracles. It becomes your world. Now imagine someone from India comes to you and says, "Actually, your path is wrong. The Vedas are the truth, and the gods are many." How likely are you to abandon your beliefs? Not very. You'll probably feel offended, confused, or dismissive. Why? Because your truth has already been installed. Now, flip the roles. An Indian Hindu, raised with devotion to Vishnu and Shiva, meets a Mormon missionary who insists that an American named Joseph Smith received golden plates from an angel. Again, the same reaction: disbelief, rejection, perhaps even ridicule. But from the outside, these claims look equally unlikely. Golden plates, virgin births, flying horses, parting seas, talking snakes, all of these belong to one religion or another. And yet, followers of each don't see their miracle stories as strange. Only the others seem implausible. This is what philosopher Daniel Dennett calls the belief in belief. People don't just believe in gods. They believe that believing itself is sacred. They believe that their own beliefs are different, special, more justified. They have faith in their faith. And here's another angle. When people invest their lives, sacrifices, and emotions into a belief system, they naturally want to believe it was worth it. This is called sunk cost fallacy. If you've spent your entire life following certain rules, praying certain prayers, attending certain rituals, then admitting that another religion might be equally valid, or worse, that none of them are true, is emotionally devastating. The higher the cost, the harder it is to let go. There's also the confirmation bias at play. People tend to notice evidence that supports their beliefs and ignore or reinterpret evidence that challenges them. A Christian who recovers from an illness may thank Jesus. A Muslim may say it was Allah's will. A Hindu might credit karma. Same event, different interpretations. This bias helps each believer feel that their religion is constantly proven true by their experiences. And then there's the political side. Religions are not just spiritual systems. They are institutions, with power, influence, history, and often a stake in national identity. For centuries, rulers used religion to justify wars, control populations, and claim divine authority. When religion gets mixed with power, the idea that we are the chosen ones becomes not just a belief, it becomes a political tool. If your religion is the only true one, then your empire is righteous, your wars are justified, and your enemies are evil. We saw this in the Crusades, in Islamic conquests, in colonization, in inquisitions, in missionary movements. Each side believed they were bringing truth and light to the heathens. They weren't just fighting for land or gold. They believed they were fighting for God. Even today, religious exclusivity plays out in politics. In the U.S., many evangelicals believe their country is a Christian nation, blessed by God. In Islamic countries, some believe implementing Sharia law is fulfilling divine will. In Israel, some religious Zionists believe the land was promised by God. The same in India, where Hindu nationalism claims sacred legitimacy. These aren't fringe beliefs. They shape governments, laws, and wars. So when we ask, why does every religion think it's the only true one? We're not just asking a theological question. We're uncovering a complex web of psychology, culture, identity, power, and history. Let's take another real-world example. The Jehovah's Witnesses, a relatively small Christian group, believe that only 144,000 people will go to heaven, and they have the truth that others have missed. Now think about that. Out of 8 billion people, this group of just a few million believes they alone are saved. That's not humility, that's exclusivity. And yet, to them, it makes perfect sense. Why? Because their scriptures say so. And they were raised to believe it. Or look at Scientology, a religion founded in the 1950s by a science fiction writer. Its beliefs are wildly different, involving ancient alien souls and intergalactic battles. To outsiders, it seems absurd. But to believers, it's the truth. Again, same pattern. And here's the final, perhaps most important point. The very idea of truth in religion is often disconnected from evidence. In science, we update beliefs based on new data. But in religion, beliefs are usually fixed. They're declared eternal, immutable. So when conflicting religious truths collide, there's no way to resolve them logically. They just exist side by side, each claiming exclusivity, each denying the others. This is why religious dialogue so often ends in stalemate. Each side believes their revelation is from God, and all other revelations are human inventions or distortions. But if every religion says this, then by definition, most of them must be wrong. The odds that one of them is right and all the rest are wrong? Statistically, it's almost zero. And that's the irony. If every religion believes it's the only true one, then none of them can objectively claim truth. They cancel each other out. So what does that leave us with? It leaves us with a deeper understanding of human nature, our desire for meaning, our fear of death, our longing for purpose. Religion taps into all of these and gives us comforting answers. But when those answers become rigid, exclusive, and intolerant of other perspectives, they stop being personal truths and become tools of division. Maybe the real truth isn't found in ancient scriptures or divine revelations. Maybe it's found in questioning, in learning, in compassion, in understanding that the world is far too vast, too complex, too beautiful to be contained in one narrow doctrine. Maybe the real wisdom is realizing that the need to be right is often the first step toward being wrong.